Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we have got this blue right triangle ABC along with these line segments AD and AE, as you can see in this given diagram. And as a result, we are ended up with these three triangles. This yellow shaded triangle, this is pink shaded triangle, and finally this green shaded triangle. And moreover, this angle is alpha, this angle is alpha, and this angle is alpha as well. In other words, all these three angles are congruent. And furthermore, this segment BE length is 1 unit. The segment CD length is 3 units. And the segment DE length has been represented by x. And now our task is to find the value of x. In other words, we are going to find this segment DE length. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. And please keep in mind that this figure may not be 100% true to the scale. Let's go ahead and get started. And here's our very first step. We can see that we are dealing with these three congruent angles alpha. So therefore we are going to recall the angle bisector theorem, and let's focus on this triangle ABC along with this angle bisector AD. In other words, this angle is alpha and this angle is alpha as well, and as a result we are ended up with this segment BD, which is x, and this segment CD, which is y, whereas this side is lowercase a and this side is lowercase b. Then according to angle bisector theorem, we could write this as a proportion. As you can see, the ratio of x and y is going to be equal to the ratio of a and b, as you can see in this given equation. And we are going to apply this angle bisector theorem to our this given problem. So therefore we are going to think outside the box, and we are going to draw some auxiliary lines to make our job simple, as you can see in this next step, such that this right triangle ABF is congruent to this yellow shaded triangle ABE. And since these two triangles are congruent, so therefore this side length is going to be equal to this side length, and likewise this segment BF length is going to be equal to BE length. If this is 1, then BF length has got to be 1 as well. And if I label this side length as lowercase a, then this side length has got to be lowercase a as well. And finally, I'm going to label this side AC length as lowercase b. And likewise, this angle is going to be congruent to this angle as well. Both of them are going to be alpha each. And now let's focus on this whole angle. This is going to be alpha and alpha. That's going to be 2 alpha. I'm going to label this one as our angle beta. Then likewise, this angle is going to be 2 alpha as well. So I'm going to label that one as beta as well. And in this case, this segment AE is going to be the angle bisector. And furthermore, this EF segment length is going to be 1 plus 1 is going to give us 2. And likewise, this whole segment CE length is going to be x plus 3 is going to give us x plus 3. So therefore we are going to apply the angle bisector theorem on this triangle AFC. In other words, the ratio of 2 and x plus 3 is going to be equal to the ratio of a and b. So therefore we could write 2 divided by x plus 3 is going to be equal to A divided by B. And I'm going to label this one as our equation number 1. And here's our next step. Now we are going to focus on this triangle AEC along with this angle bisector AD, such that this angle is alpha and this angle is alpha as well. And this time for this triangle AEC, we have this segment DE length as x, and this segment CD length is 3. So therefore we are going to apply the angle bisector theorem on this triangle AEC as well. In other words, the ratio of x and 3 is going to be equal to the ratio of A and B. So therefore we could write x divided by 3 equals to A divided by B, and I'm going to label this one as our equation number 2. So therefore we are ended up with these two system of equations, and now we are going to compare these two equations. We can see the right hand sides are identical, so therefore we can equate the left hand side as well. So therefore we can write x divided by 3 equal to 2 divided by x plus 3. And now we are going to cross multiply. So therefore we can write x square plus 3x equal to 6. And now I'm going to move 6 on the left hand side. So therefore we are ended up with x square plus 3x minus 6 equal to 0. So thus we are ended up with this quadratic equation x square plus 3x minus 6 equal to 0. And we are going to solve for x by using the quadratic formula. And here's the quadratic formula that we will be using. And here in our case, our coefficient A is 1, B is positive 3, and the constant C is negative 6. And now let's go ahead and fill in the blanks in this quadratic formula. So we got x equals to minus B is 3 plus or minus the square root of 3 square minus 4 times A is 1, C is negative 6 all over 2 times 1. And now in this next step, 3 square turns out to be 9, and this when we multiply that, that's going to give us positive 24. So thus we are ended up with x equals to negative 3 plus minus the square root of 33 all over 2. And now I'm going to split these two signs, positive and negative. So therefore we could write x equals to negative 3 plus the square root of 33 all over 2, and the other value of x is going to be negative 3. This time I'm going to put minus sign, square root of 33 all over 2. And here we can see x gives us a negative value, and we know this is not feasible since x is our length. So therefore we are going to reject this negative value of x, and we are going to accept this positive value of x, which is negative 3 plus square root of 33 rather, divided by 2. So thus after all the calculations and manipulations, our length x value turns out to be negative 3 plus square root of 33 all over 2 units. And that's going to be approximately equal to 1.3723 units as well. And that's our final answer. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.